Live from the Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts. This is the YouTube channel vlog show in which video games, flash game show gameplays, along with sports and wrestling news are the norm. This is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, good times, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. And now, here's the host of the show, the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Well, hello there, everybody. You are watching yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. I am your host and perpetrator of these shenanigans, Eric Lima. What's going on? What's happening? Hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful night. Black Friday is almost over, thank God, because it has been a horror show at work, but now everything's starting to settle in just a little bit. Well, I'm very excited because now you're going to get a triple dose of SmackDown. Not only you're going to get SmackDown Level Up Event Center, but you're also going to get my picks and predictions for tomorrow night's Survivor Series WarGames. That's right, because getting all bases covered, the cool thing it is, I got two combined thumbnails. I'm ready to go, man. I got thumbnails combined with two thumbnails into one. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait. But first things first, we're going to talk about what happened on SmackDown. And we're going to do that right now. Damage Control with Nikki Cross and Rhea Ripley kick off SmackDown. Not Rhea. Bayley's not in a good mood. She says she sacrificed her time thanks to her family. So Bianca they call up Team Belair. Team Bianca Belair shows up. Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim. And he said, well, we didn't come here alone. And ladies and gentlemen, Becky Lynch, the man, is back. And a classy Becky Lynch, I gotta add, because I told this story. A young cancer patient couldn't spend Thanksgiving with his family, and couldn't have a proper Thanksgiving dinner because of him fighting and battling this thing. So I think Becky Lynch somehow heard it through the grapevine. She decided to send a Thanksgiving dinner to that young patient and the young patient's family and the staff there. How cool is Becky freaking Lynch? You got a lot more respect for Becky Lynch. I think she's beautiful on the outside, she's beautiful on the inside. The way, totally awesome. Becky Lynch, you are an awesome, awesome person. And so, in all 10 women brawl. So, that plays a factor into also my picks and predictions, which I had done on Rant and Rave. I'll do the same thing here. And then you had the SmackDown World Cup final. Semi-final, I should say. Butch versus Santos Escobar. And it seems like Zelina Vega took advantage of the situation while the Brawling Brutes and Legado were going at it. But then Santos Escobar did pick up the victory over Butch via the Phantom Driver. Bray Wyatt entered the Dunkin' Donuts Center. This took place in Providence, Rhode Island, dressed as the Providence crowd. And then Uncle Howdy interrupts Wyatt. And then Mega Moran interviewed LA Knight, who saw his whole thing go down, and LA Knight runs his mouth as usual. Meanwhile, Hit Row with B-Fab in the corner in tag team competition goes up against the Viking Raiders with Sarah Logan. Now, Sarah Logan's got a new name, Valhalla. If you know your Norse mythology, you know what Valhalla means. I'm weirded out here. Never mind. So, it'll be Valhalla. And in fashion, the Viking Raiders did pick up the victory over Hit Row. I kind of feel bad because Top Dollar did a great rap on them. But sometimes the big mouth can get me into trouble. Sorry, Top Dollar. But, hopefully they'll get their vengeance somehow. But then they showed the incident where Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley visited Rey Mysterio for Thanksgiving, and Dominic attacked his own father with pictures and everything else, attacking his father's leg and everything else. Rhea Ripley kind of started the whole thing. Even Michael Cole was ticked off. And I don't blame Michael Cole one iota. So I'm thinking that this whole incident will be starting will really hype up a match for WrestleMania, father versus son. And believe me, it's going to be up to that level. Trust me. That's going to happen. Then LA Knight once again got attacked. Once again got attacked. There was those big SmackDown, those big chests where you move all the equipment. The equipment chest was on top of LA Knight. People saying getting help and everything else. And then there was Santos Escobar in the World Cup Finals. The winner of this next matchup, this next semifinal, the other semifinal will face Santos Escobar. So Ricochet and Braun Strowman was a heck of a matchup. Ricochet held his own. Braun Strowman had to finish things up until Imperium decided to distract Strowman, and it cost Strowman the victory while Ricochet pinned Strowman, and now it'll be Ricochet versus Santos Escobar in the SmackDown World Cup. And then Imperium was attacking Braun Strowman, and Ricochet was about to go back to the locker room, and then he realizes, I'm helping Strowman. He helped Strowman, and then Strowman extended a hand to Ricochet. He helped Ricochet up. Now they're buddies. Strowman's giving him props, respect, and Strowman says, I got your back against Imperium. And it seems like Imperium is not, that Braun Strowman is not done with Imperium. And then Sami Zayn just came in late, and he was about to talk to the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, and Kevin Owens was talking to Sami Zayn. And as they were going on, Jimmy Uso was eavesdropping in on them while opening the door outside the Bloodline's locker room. So this caused some tension between Sami Zayn and Jey Uso all along. And Becky Lynch, I think, was about to leave the arena and to get ready, and then Kayla Braxton caught up with her, interviewed her, and it seems like Becky Lynch says, what better way to get back into the swing of things by taking part in WarGames. And then Megan Morant was about to interview Raquel Rodriguez and Shotzi Blackheart, but then Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler attacked them and then slammed Rodriguez's arm in a chest case, and thus the tag team was in jeopardy. And then Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler came out to address the Providence crowd. They started running their mouths, and Shotzi came out, took on Ronda and Shayna in a handicap match. But then Raquel Rodriguez, against her better judgment, came out holding her left arm, but it wasn't enough as Ronda Rousey tried to break Raquel Rodriguez's arm and beat Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. The Usos pep talk each other before the matchup with the Usos. With Jey Uso doing more talking, I think he was saying what was going on with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Kayla Braxton interviewed Shotzi as she went into the trainer's room, and then Shotzi says she's going to make Ronda pay for it, and she's going to shock the world by beating the crap out of Ronda. I hope that happens. And then Kevin Owens comes out, followed by the Brawling Brutes. The WarGames Advantage match, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus went up against the Usos, and because of distractions by Sami Zayn, he was ejected from ringside. Kevin Owens got involved, and as referee was not looking, Kevin Owens stunned one of the Usos, who are 495 days reigning as tag team champions. But Drew McIntyre and Sheamus did pick up the victory over the Usos, giving them the man advantage in WarGames. This is a lot of fun. So, therefore, let me scooch back here for just a second here. I always try to do this before. And alright. There we go. Let's go to it. Let's get to it before we do it. We have the Survivor Series WarGames PTW picks and predictions. Then we're going to talk about NXT Level Up. That'll be the next plan of attack. So, here we go. And I've written down the picks and predictions, but I will, so I can remind myself here. Check this out. All right, the men's War Games. Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, and the Brawling Brutes. That would be Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Butch against the Bloodline. That's Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, the Tag Team Champions, the Usos, Solo Sikoa, and Sami Zayn. All right, the women's War Games matchup. Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim or Michin, and now we know the fifth member, Becky Lynch of our team, against Team Damage Control. That would be Bayley and the women's tag team champions, Dakota Kai and the lovely Io Sky, and teaming up with Rhea Ripley and Nikki Cross. Think about Rhea Ripley. My father's funny. He goes, "Who is that woman, tall woman dressed in black?" And I recognized it. Does she have an Australian accent? He goes, "I don't know." But I knew he was talking about Rhea Ripley. I wanted to make sure because he's an ugly-looking woman. I'm kind of warned my dad. You know, she's not the type of woman you want to bring home to mom. Trust me on that one. Not only that, I wouldn't say that about Rhea Ripley because she can really body slam dudes. I told him that. Warned him. Didn't believe me. Anyways, just a little tidbit. AJ Styles goes one-on-one with Finn Balor. SmackDown Women's title on the line. Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi. Defending against Shotzi. And the United States title in a triple threat match, Seth freaking Rollins, Bobby Lashley, and Austin Theory. So here we go. Now, let's talk about the men's War Games matchup. I go with the Brutes. I went with the Brutes, Kevin Owens, and McIntyre. I picked because it seems like the dissension between Jimmy Uso and Sami Zayn may play a humongous factor, while they have a united common goal. All right, now Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, Becky Lynch against Damage Control, Rhea Ripley, Nikki Cross. I'm picking Belair. I'm picking Belair, Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, and Becky Lynch. It seems like the X factor will be Becky Lynch to see how she will perform after her injury. She's got an axe to grind, but I'm telling you right now, that team is going to win. AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. I'm going with AJ Styles on this one because I got a feeling, too, that Rey Mysterio is going to get something involved and attack Dominic to distract Finn Balor. That's what I'm personally thinking. And then Ronda Rousey. I want to see Shotzi win the title, but I hate to say this with Shayna Baszler in Ronda's corner. Ronda Rousey will retain the title. And then Seth freaking Rollins versus Bobby Lashley versus Austin Theory. I'm picking Seth freaking Rollins to retain the title. So here we go with mentioning the matches once again. The War Games match. Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, the Brawling Brutes in the men's War Games against the Bloodline. I picked the Brutes, KO, and McIntyre to win it. Women's War Games, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control, Rhea Ripley, and Nikki Cross. I picked Team Belair to win. That's Belair, Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, and Becky Lynch. And then AJ Styles and versus Finn Balor. I picked Styles over Balor. Ronda Rousey defending the SmackDown Women's title against Shotzi. I picked Rousey over Shotzi. And the United States title, Seth Rollins defending against Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory. I picked Rollins to retain. So these are my picks. So anybody want to write them down or write one of their own down? So it'd be great. I want to thank Godfather Dom, a.k.a. Dominic Williams, give him a shout out for subscribing to my YouTube page. So a shout out to you, Godfather Dom. So, and thank you very much for subbing to my page. But we're not done yet because I got to go over NXT Level Up like I usually do. So, with that being said, put this back. I want to keep this out. Well, actually, keep that down here. So, we'll go on NXT Level Up. In the first match, it was Tank Ledger versus the luckiest man on the face of the planet, Zion Quinn. Why did I say that? Easy and simple. He's dating and probably married. He's engaged to Harley Cameron, who's like one of the most beautiful women, not only in wrestling, but she can sing too. So take Ledger versus Zion Quinn battle of big dudes, but in the end, Zion Quinn did have the experience over Take Ledger. Now, the Kelly Kincaid interview on Amari Miller about, if you don't know who Kelly Kincaid is, Quinn McKay from Ring of Honor. And Amari Miller says, listen, Electra Lopez is back with an extra grind for revenge. I can get serious too, and that's what I'm going to be tonight when I step in the ring with Electra Lopez. That match happened, and Electra Lopez, though, did pick up the victory over Amari Miller. I think Amari Miller needs to be more intense than that. And the main event of Level Up was Dante Chen going one-on-one with Damon Kemp, and Damon Kemp did pick up the victory. Well, obviously, Damon Kemp hasn't been seen since Halloween Havoc, but Damon Kemp did pick up the victory over Dante Chen, which leads to 2 weeks from tomorrow, NXT Deadline. There's another pay-per-view, and looking forward to watching that. So, that is all the time we have on this show. Episode 186 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977 is complete. And I have decided that tomorrow, for Saturday Superstar King, yes, I'm going for a third this week. I am going to play Battle Circuit. That's for the Capcom Fighting. No, not for Capcom Fighting. Like Capcom Beat 'em Up. Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle. Battle Circuit is a very unique side-scrolling beat 'em up. If you haven't seen it before, I will play it. So, and the Patriots are not playing Sunday, so I'm going to try to add another one. I'm going to play something from the Raspberry Pi 3 or 4. So be on the lookout for that. So that's all the time we have on the show, and episode 186 is complete. I will see you in the next episode. Also tomorrow, we're going to do a special lighting of the Christmas tree, of the Tree of Shenanigans. That's what I'm going to call it. It is a Christmas tree, but it'll be the Tree of Shenanigans. So until the next episode rolls around, Mr. Announcer, here you go. Take us home.
That is all for today's episode. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, tour for Bob Saget production, and in association with A Sweet Bofa Raving Dingleberry Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode of the show. See you on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now, and have a very blessed day.